All right, all right. We back at it again. Sorry for the interruption. Welcome to the show. It's Sports with BI. Happy Easter, everybody. 4/12/20. Happy Easter to everybody out there. It's your favorite, the best sports podcast in Westchester County. Sports with BI. Welcome to the show. All right. Well, everybody's having a good Easter out there. Staying safe out there in this this COVID-19 thing going on right now. Practicing social distancing and also quarantining and going by the rules that set this, the standard that's set for, so you won't affect anybody else. So everybody out there, please go by the rules so you won't get anybody else sick or you won't get yourself sick or your family, because it's very important. Now, special shout out to the healthcare workers, the people that's doing healthcare. Special shout out to them. Roland, what's going on, Uncle Ro? All right. Shout out to the special, like I said, to the essential workers out there, the healthcare workers out there. Special shout out to them, the people out there that's feeding people in the hospitals and, taking care of the patients in the hospitals that has COVID already. Special shout out to them. You definitely well respected. And Bone, what's going on, baby? Definitely well respected. And, that's what it is. Much respect to them. Getting to the program at hand. Welcome to the show, baby. Sponsored by M3 Apparel. Get your M3 Apparel. Mike, M3 Apparel, Urban Apparel. My cousin Mike got it. You already know he got it. Check him out. DM him. Get your springtime collection of that M3 Apparel. Say no more. Now let's get right to it. We got a couple of things. We got a lot to talk about today. And I want to start with the local sports news. All right. My man Obi Toppin cleaning up all the awards. Cousin Chris was good. Happy Easter, my brother. You already know. Thanks for tuning in, man. Make me smile when I see you on, checking me out, man. I appreciate that, cuz. Like I said, going to the local sports scene, Obi Toppin cleaning up the awards for the season. They didn't play the Final Four. The Final Four would have been last Monday. The Monday, last week, it would have been the championship game. Actually, the championship game would have been tomorrow. But, they didn't play the tournament. And, Obi Toppin's cleaning up, man. Obi Toppin wins the Wooden Award for the best all-around player in college basketball. Winning all 3 awards for top player in the land, basically. Obi Toppin is from, Sing Sing, Ossining. He played with AJ Stokely. All right. He played with Gregory Jackson. God bless his soul, Gregory. Love you. My baby brother, love you, Greg. He played on that team. But AJ was he was the go-to man. Obi he didn't grow into himself yet. So he went to a private school, got his game up, got some good coaching, and he ended up transferring over. He ended up doing good in the private high school, transferred over to Dayton, and took off, man. And that's that's the story of Obi Toppin. Definitely a top 10 pick for the draft coming up. So check him out. Who knows when the draft is going to be, because all of the stuff going on with this NBA. They're pushing the NBA season back. Probably won't be no NBA season this year. The regular season will be over. And who knows if they're going to? Who knows if the playoffs is going to happen? If they do, it's just real. It's real topsy turvy. It's up in the air right now because of what's going on with this COVID-19 situation, and it's just hard to figure out when the NBA season is actually going to start. So we just keeping our fingers crossed, and hopefully the commissioner comes up with a plan where these guys can start playing some basketball, and we can eventually have an NBA champion in 2020. So that's that's the goal, to have an NBA champion in 2020 and give us fans something to watch on television, because there's really not too much normal sports to watch. So you're actually watching reruns of old basketball games, reruns of old college games, reruns of old football games. It gets tiring after a while. You want to see some live sports. Even though there won't be fans in the stands, it'll still give us the opportunity to see our favorite NBA players play the game that we all love to see. Even though nobody will be able to attend, but the team people that's taking care of the team, like the physicians and the coaches. But besides that, there will be no fans in the stands, which is cool, man. No fans in the stands. It is, I know when I go back to an NBA game, because I always go to Knicks games. I'm damn near a season ticket holder. What's going on, Jeffrey? I'm damn near a season ticket holder. I'm just that close. And I miss going to the games, man. Even though they're not good, even though the Knicks not good, I still love my Knicks. And it's hard to be a Knicks fan because, you got to have some tough skin because we're not good, man. So that's what it is. And anyway, I miss going to the games. And to be honest with you, I think I'll be a little scared to go to a game after all this is over. Being in the stands with 10,000 other people and being in the crowd, and the crowds is coming back out, and it's going to be tough at the beginning, man. Everybody's going to be looking like kind of scared because after you get out this COVID-19 situation, how would you feel going to a baseball game when you got thousands of people in the stands and somebody you don't know sitting next to you? Answer yourself that question. Like, how would you feel going to a Yankee game knowing right next to you was somebody you don't know, and COVID-19 just got over with, and you already putting yourself amongst strangers that you don't have no idea where they've been or who they are or anything. So it's going to be hard going to a game. I know, Jeffrey, we suck, but, we're going to make it somehow, some way. Somehow, some way, we're going to figure it out, man. We got to. So, the next season is over, and let's see what we do in the off season. It's a long off season ahead, but, there's other things on the horizon besides the NBA that we had to talk about. And one thing that I do want to get into, welcome to Sports with B.I. Show, all right? On YouTube, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. My YouTube channel is B.I. Wells, just to let y'all know. Give my little shout out for my own programming. Hey, Ma. Hey, baby. How you doing, Ma? Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Yeah, I know, Jeffrey, it is. But, everybody's still on that scary, everybody's scared, man. Man, listen, man, everybody's scared, man. I told her to talk to my moms, and my mom told me don't touch her. She told me stay away from her and all that. So even my own mother, Elaine Wells, what's up, Ma? And my other mom, my other mom, Juanita, that loves me to death, even my own mother's scared of me. She won't even touch it to cover her face and all of that crazy stuff, So every people scared out there, man. So that's what it is. What's going on, Marcel? All right, Darice, Indra, what's happening? And there's a lot of things to talk about besides the season that we don't know if it's going to continue. And that's the Hall of Fame. And the Hall of Fame, the headliners of the Hall of Fame of the class of 2020 is the late, great Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Tamika Catchings. All right, Tamika Catchings that played for the Indiana Fever of the WNBA. I hear you, Jeffrey. I hear you, man. I know, but everybody's still scared. You got Kim Mulkey, who was a Baylor head coach, the women's head coach. Barbara Stevens, she was a Division II coach. Eddie Sutton, Division I coach. And Rudy Tomjanovich from the Houston Rockets. He also made the Hall of Fame. And there's a whole list of other things, other people that's in the Hall of Fame for other reasons, like broadcasting and things. But we're going to get into all of that. But let's just get into this little, AJ, what's happening, man? Let's get into this Hall of Fame class of 2020. And the first person that I want to speak on is Kobe Bryant. His stats, his Kobe Bryant's stats is crazy. He averaged 25 points a game. 25 points a game. His assist was 4.7. I think what I'm looking at, excuse me, y'all. Okay. I'm trying to see, it's kind of, he averaged 1.4 steals in 20 seasons And his accolades was he was an 8-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA, 12-time All-Defensive Team, 4-time All-Star, 4-time All-Star MVP, 4-time All-Star MVP, 2-time Finals MVP, all right? A 2008 MVP of the NBA. And a 5-time NBA champion, all right? So that's Kobe Bryant's stat line, which is crazy. What's up, Travis? What's going on? What's going on, nephew? All right? That's you out there on that golf course beating my man Kevin Knox's dad? You need to tell Kevin Knox's dad to tell his son to get his game right, because he stunk it up this year. Kevin stinks this year. He stinks. He needs to straighten up his game, and he's on the trading block, man. Kevin didn't have a good season for us this year, man. He stunk it up. So hopefully he'll come back next year if we don't trade him. But the second inductee I have right here is Tim Duncan, that averaged 19 points per game, 10.8 rebounds, 3.0 assists, 2 blocks per game in 19 seasons. His accolades was he was a 15-time All-Star, one-time All-NBA, 15-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA team. He was a Rookie of the Year, 2-time NBA MVP, three-time Finals MVP, and he also was a 5-time NBA champion. All right, Tim Duncan, definitely going down. Hey, Leia, how you doing? All right. I know you like that video today. I had to put heaven in that. I had to. And we got Kevin Garnett, which is the big ticket, which is one of my favorite players when he was playing. The big ticket. Everybody loved Kevin Garnett, man. Played for 2 teams. He played for the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Boston Celtics. His stats was he averaged 17.8 per game, 10 rebounds per game. 10 rebounds per game. His assists was he averaged 3.7 assists, 1.4 blocks in 21 seasons. His accolades was the 15-time All-Star, 9-time NBA, 9-time All-NBA, 2004 NBA MVP, 2008 Defensive Player of the Year, and the 2008 NBA champion with the Boston Celtics. Doc Rivers, Eddie House, Sam Cassell, Leon Poe, Big Baby Davis, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo. All right. Now we have a debate. If anybody want to jump into this debate we having, because I see Jeffrey talking very good COVID-19 numbers about catching it and attracting it, getting this damn airborne sickness, virus. But hey, I have a debate. Mr. Johnson says that he's not as good as Tim Duncan. Does anybody want to chime in? What do you think? Was Kevin Garnett better than Tim Duncan? That's what I'm saying. Tim Duncan was a quiet man that did his job. Kevin Garnett was an animal. He only got 1 ring, but boy, oh boy, he bought it every night. And the best coach Kevin Garnett had, besides Flip Saunders, God rest his soul, Minnesota coach, was Doc Rivers. So, Garnett didn't have the stability of a head coach like Tim Duncan did with the head coach they got over in San Antonio. Come on. San Antonio coach is official. San Antonio got a Hall of Fame coaching staff over there. Compared to Kevin Garnett's coaching staffs, it ain't no comparison. Greg Popovich, one of the best, is a Hall of Fame coach. You're going to compare Greg Popovich to any coach that any coach that Kevin Garnett had. Come on. It's a no-brainer. But, he still got his chip with Doc Rivers. It took Doc Rivers to get his first chip, right? He had a good team. Kevin really not had good teams, man. Who he played with? Sam Cassell, Brandon Knight. He played with Spreewell. You know what I mean? So, you got to do the comparisons. And, let's go down the line at the Rudy Tomjanovich. He was the Houston Rockets head coach who also made a Hall of Fame. He was 527 and 413. That was his record. 527 and 413 in 13 seasons as a head coach. He was 51 and 39 in the postseason. His accolades: two-time NBA champion with the Rockets, 1995 All-Star head coach. All right. So he was good. He was a good coach, and in one of those years he beat my Knicks. So, I really don't care for Rudy, but he was a good coach, and I'll give him his props. All right. And there's a lot of other people that made the Hall of Fame. You like the 2020 Kurt Gowdy Media Award print went to Michael Wilbon. Y'all all know Michael Wilbon from ESPN. He's a 30-year Washington Post columnist. He been covering the NBA Finals since 1987. All right. So that's good for him. And he's a brother too, so that makes it even better. Also, we have the 2020 Kurt Gowdy Media Award winner, Hall of Famer Mike Breen. Mike Breen, one time the voice of the New York Knicks broadcast, a 28-year NBA broadcaster, the lead voice of ESPN, ABC, ESPN and ABC NBA broadcasters. All right. He's a winner of 9 Emmy Awards. He been covering the NBA for 30 years. What an accomplishment for Mike Breen. Mike Breen, when he says bang, y'all know his voice. All them threes Curry hit, that was his voice. He does the finals every year. So you got to know who Mike Breen is. If you don't, then, you're not supposed to be out. So I don't expect, it's okay if you don't know. That's why I'm here to tell you. All right. Moving right along. How's everybody doing out there? I hope okay. I hope y'all practicing social distancing and all of that other good things going on. Happy Easter to everyone out there. Thanks for tuning in to Sports with BI. I appreciate the support. And moving right along, we have a lot of NFL news to talk about. A lot of draft news to talk about, all right? A lot of draft news going on. A lot of news and notes that I have pertaining to the draftees that'll be drafted soon, okay? The draft is coming up in 2 more weeks, all right? And if I'm not mistaken, I will let you know when this draft is. Let me pull up my calendar just to make sure I don't give you the wrong information. Because it's going to be a virtual NFL draft, okay? All the coaches are going to be doing the draft, their war room from their homes. So that's going to be different. And the draft is going to be from the 21st of April to the 25th. Oh, excuse me. From the 23rd of April to the 25th. So that's going to be from Thursday to Saturday. All right? That's when the NFL draft is taking place. It's going to be virtual, so there's not one set place where they're going to have it. All right? And like I said, it's going to be very, very different. And the first player that I have on the board that I want to talk about, that everybody's talking about, is Isaiah Simmons from Clemson. Personally, I don't want Isaiah Simmons. Personally, I want the tackle from Iowa, Swerts. I don't want Isaiah Simmons. I think the Giants need to draft linemen and get this line situation together, and basically get Wirtz from Iowa, and then in the second round get that tackle, that center from Michigan, and get these young pieces out there to block for Daniel Jones, protect Daniel Jones, and block for Saquon Barkley moving forward. For the future of the team, we need to work on our line and fix our line, and the defense will come along. Let's put all our investment in the offense, because that's where our stars lay. Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley are the stars of the team of the Giants, as you know already. And those guys need to be protected. And the only way to protect them is with linemen. The defense is, I'm not going to lie, the defense has a lot to be desired. But at the end of the day, the offense is going to put the points on the board. And we got the best players on our team on offense. Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. Bottom line. But, should the G-Man pick Isaiah Simmons? The second fastest time for a linebacker at the Scout Combine. The 6'4", 238 pounds. He's 6'4", 238 pounds with the 4.9 speed. His athleticism simply jumps off the film. When you watch him on film, the athleticism jumps off the film. He can cut crosses, spin down as a robber, and roam the perimeter, make plays in space. You know what I mean? That's what Isaiah Simmons does. Very athletic linebacker out of Clemson. Very smart. And he's definitely going to go in the top 5. The Giants pick 4th. Let's see what happens. Like I said, I don't want Simmons. I want the tackle from Iowa. And then I want another tackle from Michigan, the center. Some athletic guys, man. We need protection. But Isaiah Simmons is definitely somebody that's going to be a game play. He's going to be a game changer as a professional football player going into the NFL. If we get him, we get him. But I'd rather go with the lineman first. That's just my choice. Okay? So, right now, I want to focus on 10 prospects from this class that could be used in pro offensive and defensive systems. All right? We got the first guy I'm gonna talk about is 10 prospects. Now, this is not 10 prospects that's gonna be picked 1 through 10. These 10 prospects they're prospects. This is not the draft order. These are prospects that I think the excuse me, the NFL coaches should be listening to. The NFL coaches should be paying attention to, and actually, see if they can pick these guys up, because these guys have a lot of ability besides the top 10 picks. The first guy I'm gonna talk about is Jalen Hurts. I like Jalen Hurts. You know his story. Started in Alabama, and he got put in for Tua, and he transferred over to Oklahoma. All right.
You upstairs?
So Jalen Hurts is quarterback from Oklahoma. I think he's a day 2 pick. And his NFL comparison to me is Dak Prescott. That's his NFL comparison. Dak Prescott. Okay? That would be my comparison. Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott. All right? The number 2 player I want to talk about is, where we at here? Number 2 pick is DeAndre Swift, running back, Georgia. Swift is a prime fit for today's run zone schemes in the NFL. He has the juice to bend. He has the juice to bend the end. Bend the end when you run it towards the end of the line of scrimmage. He has the speed to bend the end. and he could definitely bend the edge. Excuse me, could bend the edge, or he could run inside. All right, and he also can receive, and he also can catch out the backfield. So watch out for Swift from Georgia. All right, he's and his NFL comparison to me is Kamara, Alvin Kamara from the New Orleans Saints. That'll be my NFL comparison to Swift. All right. Now we got Jeff Gladney, cornerback in TCU. He has very good man coverage. All right. If you've seen him on tape, you know what I'm talking about. He's very good. He's definitely good in the man, and he has the size. My NFL comparison to him would be Jaire Alexander from the Green Bay Packers. Now, I'm pretty sure you don't know who Jaire is. I do. He's a hell of a player from Green Bay, and he's young. And that'll be my comparison to for Jeff. My fifth guy is Henry Ruggs the third from Alabama, wide receiver. He has a route tree. He has a route tree down packed. Henry Ruggs the third, wide receiver from Alabama, is a very fast man. He has the route tree down packed. He can basically run any route that wide receiver can run. And my NFL comparison would be Tyreek Hill from Kansas City. That would be my NFL. That would be my NFL comparison for Henry Ruggs III. Would be Tyreek Hill from Kansas City, which is a big comparison, bro. Tyreek Hill is nice. The next comparison that I would would be the next guy that I'm talking about would be Jordan Love, quarterback, Utah. He has a high ceiling. He has a high ceiling and a low floor. All right. He's a good prospect. Jordan Love out of Utah. They try to compare him to. I think he has good arm talent, but they try to compare. I would compare him to Drew Lock, the rookie from last year, the Denver Broncos, and a player that's not playing no more, who is Jay Cutler. He played for Chicago, Jay Cutler, old school Jay Cutler. I'm comparing him with arm strength. Another running back that y'all seen in college would be Clyde Edwards-Helaire, running back from LSU. He has a bunch of pro level. He's a hell of a pro level. He's a pro level runner basically. He's compact at 5'7", 207 pounds. He's the ideal mix of speed and power. And in my comparison to him is Deontay Freeman. Deontay Freeman would be my comparison to him. I would compare him to Deontay Freeman. And also Darren Sproles from Philadelphia. I would that would be my comparison to Clyde. All right. All right. That would be my comparison to Clyde. So there's a lot of players that's in the league that, a lot of players that's young, upcoming players that's good, and definitely gonna make their NFL dreams possible. And I'm just talking about a few of them that y'all might not know about. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. Sports with BI. That's what I do. We got another player, Kenneth Murray, inside linebacker, Oklahoma, with 4.52 speed at 6'2" and 441 pounds. Murray's pursuit speed jumps off the screen. He can move. His NFL comparison would be Kawan Alexander, San Francisco 49ers linebacker. You know Kawan Alexander from San Francisco, which you might not know, but he's a hell of a player, very fast, and the comparison makes sense. The next guy that I would give some props to would be Xavier McKinney, safety, Alabama. He's already used to playing in a pro level scheme with Nick Saban. So he's already used to it. He's a what do we have here? He has free safety. He has multi-free safety traits, coverage traits, and he has the physicality to mix it up in the front of the run game. He will allow a pro team to use him on a slot defender in the big nickel packages. All right, and you could drop him down as a dime back. He gives NFL coordinators plenty of flexibility in the game plan. When you put McKinney in the game plan, it gives you plenty of flexibility to figure out what you're going to do. You could use him in various spots on the field. All right? And that's it for the guys, for the little sleeper guys out there that people don't really know. It's little sleeper picks that people don't really know about that I'm telling you about because of Sports with BI. So I just want to let y'all know I will be back. Excuse me. I will be back with another Sports with BI draft special as we get closer and closer to the NFL draft, baby. Can you feel it? The NFL draft is about to happen virtual. So just remember, it's virtual, so it's going to be different. That should give you more reason to tune in and see what happens. We definitely will be talking about what's going on, Al. Thank you for tuning into the program. I'm wrapping it up right now, but thank you for tuning in. We also will be talking about the NBA prospects entering, who's entering the NBA for next season. LaMelo Ball on the Knicks. That's who I want, LaMelo Ball. I love Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin, we need a point guard, man. DSJ didn't have his best year. He had his lowest year ever. He averaged 15 points last year, and DSJ averaged 15 points last year. Now, DSJ didn't look good this year. Kevin Knox, another guy. He was supposed to be on the uprise, but he had a decline. He declined this year. So it's going to be a lot of NBA talk next show. A lot of Knicks talk next show. Whatever y'all want to, however y'all want to do it, we're going to talk about it. All right? Because that's what we do on Sports with BI. We talk about things and we try to figure out what's next out there. The MLB season probably will start in June time with no fans. The NBL, Major League Baseball, they do practice social distancing because everybody on the field is away from each other. So that'll make it ideal that they start playing games with no fans. It's the travel. The travel is what's killing everything. The travel is what's really killing everything. What's going on, Darren? G, what's up? It's more about the travel that's killing everything. The travel for anything, any professional sport, is what's the issue with the COVID-19 situation going down. It's the travel, especially when you're talking about Major League Baseball, going from city to city, traveling in them airports. You're going to keep everybody in a bubble because they can't really be traveling like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how Oh, you already know. Yeah, no doubt, Darren. You already know. It will be interesting to see how if the NBA season resumes, how this will work out. Because who knows if the NBA season is going to resume due to the fact of the COVID-19. LeBron was also asked, how did he feel about if the season ended? He said he wouldn't feel good about it because the championship didn't get fulfilled. LeBron James got 17, 18 years in the league. He ain't got too many chances to get a chip. And this is one of the best teams that they have put together. Danny Green, Rondo, McGee, Dwight Howard. They had a nice team, man. And they was definitely headed to the Western Conference Finals against the LA Clippers. But now that this happened, who knows if the season will begin? Who knows if they won't cancel the season won't start again, and they have to push the reset button and start again at Christmas time. That's probably what could happen because of what's going on with this virus, man. That's definitely a possibility. The NFL season is supposed to be starting on time, but we'll see what happens with that too, with the COVID-19 situation going on. Definitely won't be no fans in the stands. Can you imagine watching an NFL game with no fans in the stands? That's going to be crazy. Because the NFL stadium holds the most capacity of people out of any sport besides maybe soccer. All right? You talk about over 10,000 people in one place. So, over 10,000 people in one place. So let's see, what happens with this situation, what these league commissioners are going to do to try to make it safe for all the players. Because as soon as one player contracts it, if they start any sports and one player contracts anything, that's going to mess up everything. Nobody's going to be able to play. If one person contracts anything and they start with a resume play, that's going to cancel everything else. So you got to be super careful of letting these leagues start playing, because once somebody turns up positive for this COVID-19, a professional athlete positive, they're going to cancel this. They're going to cancel whatever they started, and that's going to put Rain, what's going on, family? And that's going to put everything else in danger. All right, that's going to put all the other sports leagues in danger, and then they're not going to be scared to start their seasons because one player contracted the COVID-19 virus, and they have to shut down everything. So you have to be very, very careful and very specific on how you begin this, how you have to have a game plan to begin playing, this professional league starting. Everybody's starving to see sports on TV, but we don't know when it's going to happen until this virus thing clears up. Who knows what's going to happen? So you just got to, keep your fingers crossed and, figure out something to do with yourself. Read a book, spend time with your family, play Trouble, do something, man. Play Xbox, PlayStation, do something, man. Make sure these kids are doing their homework still and stay out the way, man. Wear your mask and wear your gloves. All right? Happy Easter to everybody. I appreciate y'all listening to the show. Once again, you can catch me on Apple Podcasts. You can catch me on Anchor. You can also catch my format on YouTube. My YouTube channel was B.I. Wells. Catch the content, it's official. B.I., Sports with B.I. Thanks for everybody tuning in. I appreciate the support. We definitely will be talking more. A.R. Diddy. We definitely will be talking more about the NBA, the NFL draft coming up soon. I already gave y'all a preview on my guys who I think are going to be picked maybe second. Maybe they might be picked, to second day of the draft. Late 20s of the draft, late first round of the draft, the second day. But it's all good. Players like Jalen Hurts, Ruggs III. All these guys still going to have a home to play. They definitely going to play in the league. They just got to find, it's going to be a good pick for whoever team picks them. So I'm anxious and curious to see. What's going on, Goya. I'm anxious and curious to see what guys get picked. Where does Tua go? Is Tua going to go to Miami? Is Washington going to pick Tua up? I mean, who knows where Tua's going to go? These are all the intriguing questions that I have. So when they say there's no sports to be talked about, there's plenty of sports to be talked about. It's just that you have to pay attention to what's going on, because they're still going to be drafting. It's still, things that we talk about. I mean, you might not be able to watch a live telecast, but there's still things that we talked about in the sports world. And Sports with B.I. will definitely provide that for you if you tune into the show. And if you don't tune into the show, I told you what formats you can catch me on. Apple Podcasts, Anchor, YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is B.I. Wells. And you can catch the content right there, man. If you don't want to see my, you don't want to see my handsome face, all you can do is listen to you, when you're at work or you at home chilling, and them kids is making too much noise. What's going on, Pat? And the kids is making too much noise. Put my podcast in your ears, man, and listen to my voice. You ain't got to see my handsome face, because I'm not gonna crack the screen, And if you don't want to look at me, just listen to me. And that's what I have to say. I appreciate all the support. Thanks for tuning in. Patrick, you missed the show. It was a nice show. You missed my draft prospects. You missed my comparisons of my draft prospects. So now you got to go back, rewind the tape, and listen to it from the beginning. And make sure y'all like everything that I do. Please, thumb me up when you go to YouTube. Put the thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. Happy Easter. Peace. Stay safe out there, everybody.